Shut on, come.
This guy is called Buster. He's an off-the-track thoroughbred. He was super lazy for me. It was impossible to do anything. This little guy is called Max. He's a pony of some sort, I don't really know. And I was trying to canter him, and when I tried, he lost all his forward. I actually had slack reins at the time, but clearly Katie didn't notice that. I also was struggling with a confidence issue. Really bad one. I'll get into more detail later on. This was the worst canter I had ever had the pleasure of riding. It was very rocky and downhill and terrible. I couldn't sit it.
You might want to move him a little bit.
I struggled to get Buster to do much else, but I did put him in a frame, so good for me.
So
yay! So I'll tell you about my confidence issue now. I fell off a massive 17-hand thoroughbred, and I broke my tailbone and cracked a rib, and kind of really lost my confidence even just trotting, and I was super tense. And at the time this stuff was being filmed, it had been a while since I had fallen off, but my horse had started rearing and he started pig rooting and stuff like that, so I was really struggling with confidence, even though I was on different horses, and it really showed in my riding. I was tense. I basically looked like a beginner. I was very panicky. My hands, I was holding the horse back more than I probably should have been, and it didn't change much from which horse I was riding. And then I don't know, I just woke up one morning and I was just like, no, I can't think like this anymore. I have to get over it, otherwise I'm gonna be blinded by my fear, and I'm gonna be petrified every time I get on my horse again. And my horse being the kind that he was, Paddy's just a laid back, lazy horse, but Tony on the other hand, he's a big bag of nerves, and he needs to take the confidence from you, and if you're afraid, he picks up on it instantly. He is less likely to do what you want him to do, and he basically becomes a spooky mess, and I couldn't do that. I just couldn't do that, and I had to get on and fix issues that were there from my confidence or just stuff like that, and I fixed it. This was all filmed a very long time ago, and well, not a very long time ago, it was filmed last year around sometime, I don't remember. I think it was, yeah, I don't know. It'll be in the title, I'm sure. Basically, I struggled with my confidence, and it was very apparent in my riding, very apparent. As soon as I got over it, it showed. You could tell the difference. It was like an instant improvement. All my riding in these clips are absolutely terrible, and that was purely not because of my skill lacking, but because I was so afraid of falling off and getting hurt again, and I was afraid of bucking and rearing and all of that nonsense that I never really cared about before, and I've gotten over that now. I can ride a pig root or ride a rear now without really freaking out. I just level head, take myself out of the situation, and just focus on what I have to do to teach the horse that it is not okay to do that, or in a nice way, you know? Which is what I've done, and now my horse doesn't rear anymore. I mean, he still pig roots, but I'll give him that. I'll give him that. It's not anything, it's not any kind of aggressive thing. It's not because he's in pain, that's already been checked. It's because, you know, he's a horse, and when you ask them to canter when they're hot, you know, you got to expect something. You got to expect a little fireworks show. They're happy, they're energized. It's fair enough. If he keeps doing it after we've cantered at least once or twice in one session, and he hasn't been ridden in a while, he will get told off. But as soon as you just growl at him and stuff. And Paddy doesn't really, he bolts when he's scared, and that's about the only problem you have with him. He is hard-mouthed because he was an ex-pacer.